Here on the Pocketbot channel, we also want to showcase some bots that tie in well with your Legend class collection, but who in their own right are not considered Legend scale figures. They're simply bigger, not that easy to fit in your pocket, hence the category.
Can I bag that for you?
And today we're gonna have a look at another big bot for Mercenary Mondays. It is Hasbro's War for Cybertron Earthrise Doubledealer. That's a whole mouthful. But this chunky, beefy bot is one of my favorites. But to get it out of the way, why would this guy be good for a Legend class collection? Because he is not considered Legend scale. Well, I will show you. This leader class bot, in my opinion, works brilliantly with other Legend class mercenary members. So yeah, if this is not for you, if you do not share my opinion, then yeah, there's not much point to this review for you. But if you are looking at this and you're like, yes, this is nice, then stick with me and we'll go through the motions with Doubledealer. But yeah, I love this. This is what I like to see. Doubledealer, as far as I can remember him from the Japanese continuity, is a big character. He's got two God Masters, Power Masters, that work with him. Of course, he went back and forth between being an Autobot and a Decepticon. That's a feature that's also included in this toy, which I'll show in a minute. So yeah, and also in vehicle form, which we'll get to have a look at as well. It works with Legend class alt modes, so to say. So yes, the Mercenaries with Doubledealer as their big guy. And here you go for vehicle form. Doubledealer is a triple changer, because like I said, he's powered by two different, in my opinion, God Masters. Or Power Masters if you must. So yeah, this is his first alt mode, the vehicle form. Vehicle form is supposed to be the Autobot form, whereas bird mode is supposed to be the Decepticon form. Now, in vehicle form, it doesn't show any faction logos. They're hidden at the moment. But yeah, there you go. We'll have a look at it in a minute. Quickly to go through the box, which is massive. This is, of course, your standard Earthrise packaging. You can see the little red spectrum thingy in there, because you can look at the map that's in there. I don't bother with that. Instructions are also still in there. I do love the artwork on the box. It's very nicely done. On the back, a sneak peek at all the modes. And then some Earthrise artwork on the side. But there you go for the box. Alright, let's wheel him back in here. Just to get it out of the way, I was talking about vehicle size comparison. There you go with Iron Factory's Run Amok. And I think this scales well. Obviously, Doubledealer is a lot bigger, but if you look at window sizes, like on the little cockpit here, that could definitely work. And maybe that's just me, but that's a thing. I like to have things scale properly to each other in a certain way. So this, for me, seals the deal. Alright. There you go. What this guy comes with, pretty much everything is already attached at the moment. We'll pull the things off while we transform him to have a look at everything. What I did want to point out, though, is if we get him into his sort of, so to say, launchpad mode. And then you can just angle this up. But that, for me, frees up his engine block here. Or I say that, but I still can't get it. Hang on. There's a little part on there, on his abdomen, that is shaped like an engine block. Which, of course, has to do with his Godmasters / Power Masters. Now, it's just attached with a 5mm port. It sits in his abdomen in robot mode. But the reason I pulled this off is because if you have one of the Generation Selects tape packs, it comes with these two guys, Knock and Scar, which as Power Masters, they were two separate entities, but in the Japanese continuity, it was one kid that had two bracelets, so he could change into two forms. But why I pull this out is because if you have them, hold on, because we have the Autobot mode here. Let's pull this out, put this on there. Then you have the engine block like the G1 Doubledealer had. Which is pretty cool that they included that. You cannot attach it in this way. Of course, you can just put the engine block back in place and then you can store his companion in there. And same works for robot mode with Scar here. I will show them off in a minute, just to include them into this review. But first, let's look at the main event, which is Doubledealer. I will put this block back in place. There we go. Now, yeah, this is a really nicely done rocket launcher, rocket carrier, missile carrier, whatever you want to call it. Wheels roll. Obviously, you saw that the rocket can move. It is obviously also detachable. There we go. And like I said, we'll pull some things off. This one comes apart because one becomes his shoulder cannon, whereas the other one can be a handheld cannon. Put them to the side for a minute. This bit at the back can also pull off. Yeah, let's just pull it off now. Separate little platform. Then we have all these military bits here. Nicely sculpted. We have these missile pods. Two of them. And there's another handheld gun. I think the pictures show it on there. I like to use it more as a little antenna on the back. But that is also very nicely done. And it has the 5mm pegs. It has some 3mm pegs. So you've got options there. Alright. We pretty much pulled everything off. Nice details all over this vehicle. Love the color scheme on Doubledealer. The head is hiding at the back, and obviously the bird wings are stashed underneath. But yeah, you don't see that when he's sat ground level. For some reason this can also move, but I'm not entirely sure why. But just to point that out. Alright, what we'll do from here, we'll go into bird mode, talk about that, and then we'll go back to robot mode. Alright? Let's go. Alright, so here we have Robo Chicken in his basic form. I'm just gonna lift the camera up for a minute. There we go. I think he's done very well. Like the wings, a lot of posability in them. There we go. Sorry, he's a little wobbly. He doesn't want to sit. But yeah, this is basic form. You can see all the 5mm ports, so you can imagine that all this weaponry and stuff can be attached wherever you like it. On the box, I think it shows the rocket on the back. In G1, the rocket was on the bottom, but you have the same ports there, so you can still attach it there. This is a long rocket. Of course, you can also make it shorter to make it look a little bit better. But there you go. That is Robo Chicken mode. And this is, of course, his Decepticon form. Might be a good moment to quickly show off these two guys as well. Very easy to transform. They will fit in your Soundwave as well. But yeah, technically these guys are not partners of Soundwave. So we just flip out the little feet, flip out the wings, and bring that little head down. There we go. There is Scar. And for this guy, there we go. Come on. And that is Knock. Decent figures. Definitely worth picking up, especially if you have your Doubledealer here. Just thought I'd show them off quickly. Alright. Let's go back to robot mode and wrap this up. And there we go, we're back in Big Bot mode. Now, I said at the beginning of the review that he could be both Autobot as well as Decepticon, and that feature was included. Haven't shown that off yet, because it works best in robot mode. You can see the Decepticon faction symbols on his shoulders. You can just flip this up, and you have the Autobot logos. I'll just bring him in quickly for a noggin check. He has a very nice head sculpt. And I love this feature that they included. Now, for me, he is a Decepticon because he sits with my mercenaries. So I'll just flip this back. Then we'll go over Articulation in Robot Mode. And we'll arm him back up. As you saw, his head is just on a swivel joint. Stuff gets in the way. So you can do full left to right, but that's it. Actually, he might be on a ball joint because he has a little bit of up and down as well. So there is that. Arms can go all the way around. Have a hinge out. Have a separate cut at the bicep. Dual hinged elbow. So he has quite a range. Has wrist rotation as well. And due to transformation, of course, they can go down. Has got, if you flip the bottoms of the wings out, he's got a full waist rotation. No ab crunch or anything. There you go. Hips are on hinges with a mushroom peg. So they will get you the full Monty, and his ankle rocker will support that as well as forward and backward. Again, might have to get the wings out of the way a little bit, but he's got the full range there. Knee hinge, just under 90. And you already saw the ankle rocker. No up or down, but the back of the foot, due to transformation, could flap down. There we go. One thing during transformation, mind that his knee is on 2 hinges. So you need to push everything down properly. Otherwise you won't get him into vehicle form. Right, well, of course, again, 5mm ports everywhere. You can arm him up however way you want him to. I usually put a small gun on the big gun, and you can give him that as a weapon. I think it makes him look a little bit messy, so what I usually do is just attach the missile launchers onto his shoulders. There we go. And take the half rocket, and you can put it on either of his shoulders. But there we go. What else can we store? You can, of course, put this thing on the other shoulder. I usually, in robot mode, leave all these bits off. This one as well. I was talking about these guys before. We can store them as well. You can actually, because of course you can turn the chest around, you can do it like this. So he actually shows them. But I like his chest plate, so I usually just store Scar in there. If you want, there's 5mm ports on the back. You could, with the little peg that holds the engine block, you can also store one on there. Obviously not in this mode, but there you go. It's something you can do. Now, maybe another fun fact or thing to do, if you would like him to actually be an Autobot, obviously you can flip the logos round, you can put knock with him, and if you have the, I think it's the Metropolis set from Earthrise, it has a similar, exactly the same rocket that comes with Doubledealer, but in white. So you could give him the white rocket and give him more of that Autobot feel. Might include that just at the end of the review. Just for fun. One more little comparison. Here he is with Iron Factory's Runabout, our boy. just for a last scale reference. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you like this figure and if he fits in your collection. Maybe you already have him in your collection. And I will see you for the next review. Alright, ape out!